All right, thank you everyone for joining the South Fulton Coalition Citizens Conversation. This is our second one of the day. Today we are featuring Torrey Tomlinson. He's a community activist as well as advocate for residents in the city of South Fulton. Tonight we have an hour and a half. So at this time, the moderator that we had assigned, she was unable to join. She had a family emergency, so I'm going to take it with the assistance of Mike Dozier as well as Ron Booth. So thank you for joining. I'm going to pass it over to you, Mr. Tomlinson. If you can just tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're running for District 6.
I am so re- I am so ready to tell you guys about myself and to the who do not know who I am already. Thank you, Rashad, for inviting me to this platform as well, Mike and Mr. Ron Booth. I am happy to be here. I am excited to be the new voice of the people for District 6. I say this strongly. I am not a politician. I am a man of the people. I am a public servant, and I plan on being the voice of the people. For far too long, I believe that people, our voters, especially the educated voters, I believe that our voters vote on a nice suit and people who use big words and the most yard signs that they see around. The average voter doesn't goes out and votes out and they vote for really a perfect stranger. So what I'm bringing to the table this year is that I'm giving my community, my district, the opportunity to go into the voting polls and recognize, okay, here is somebody who really is community. Here is somebody who has been out here doing the work. And I'm sorry, but I don't think there's a better candidate than myself when it comes to representing the Old National District. I have definitely made an impact. I want to definitely talk about the impact that I've had for the voters on here who do not know me. So I started off my business as Old National Entertainment. I started off doing a backyard party in my community for over 11 years. My backyard party had promoters reaching me out to promote their businesses and their clubs. I started doing that. Then after that, I came up with the idea of throwing Old Nat Day. While doing Old Nat Day, I was able to bridge the gap between local law enforcement, between celebrities, the police department, as well as our small businesses. We were able to do that for 6 years in a row. It was the biggest event in the city of South Fulton, and it was also the biggest event. I was doing that event before the city of South Fulton was created. That allowed me to receive a proclamation. That's my first proclamation. My second proclamation came from the Easter egg hunt that I threw in at Krill Park in my district. Um, that Easter egg hunt, the thing about my events are they are creative and I always involve the community. So with the community, every year I would challenge businesses and the neighbors and everybody to raise eggs and see how many eggs we can get. Year after year, the number would get higher and higher and higher on the amount of eggs that I would raise. But not only did I have the egg hunt there, I would have children vendors. I started kid vendors in this city before the city and everybody else was doing it. I was the first to start kid vendors and teaching them how to be young entrepreneurs. With also we had a fashion show. So with that came another proclamation. Secondly, with these events, my platform is growing and growing and growing. So I'm able, I'm able to put the word out and reach the people because of how large my platform is. I'm not a celebrity, but I will definitely say that I'm a local celebrity because of all the traction that I get. So my third proclamation came from the Tory Crime Prevention Day. My platform, it was a young girl that was taken from Walmart and Old National, and I used my platform to make a post and say, hey, you guys, this young girl is missing. And I put it out there, and it got so many shares and so many shares that about 4 hours later, someone called me, and myself and the community and my platform were responsible for helping find that little girl, and the man was arrested and that got me an interview from Channel 11 News, and that's what gave me my third proclamation. So I got two for on that day, one for Torrey Crime Prevention Day, and the Easter egg hunt. Now, all of these events are thrown right here in District 6, and everybody loves them. The impact that it had on the community, they always anticipate these events. But not to throw any shade, but they were never supported by the current councilwoman. Why, I don't know. I was doing all of the hard work. The last Easter egg we had on the last year, for some reason, things got out of hand. It was a 6-year tradition. When she got into power, for reason she didn't support the event. We have not had an Easter egg hunt in Creel Park since. So after that, more about myself. These people, they say a lot. We got a lot of sayers, but me personally, I'm a doer. You know what I'm saying? You can say a lot of things, but what are you doing? So I want to ask the people on the Zoom tonight, what are people really, what are these politicians really doing? Politicians lie. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not that. So what else I want to let you guys know before I get into all these questions? I just honestly feel like it's a new day. We need new leadership. We need a fresh start, and we need to stop letting these same people control the narrative, because we're going to keep getting the same results. So I also want to let you know, guys know, I'm going to keep telling you, I'm not a politician, but I'm not afraid to ask for help. I'm not. I'm enjoying being a student in this game right now. So I think Mike Dozier, he can back me up on that, because I reached out to him maybe a month ago, and I definitely respect his opinion. I see all the comments on the South Fulton Coalition page and all these things, but I just kind of stay back. And I will reach out to these people like yourself, Rashard, people like Mike Dozier. If I don't know the answers, I'm definitely not afraid to ask. I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to take this position. I know I am the person for it. I have so many talking points off of some of the things that I've heard tonight. But my qualities, my networking skills, I left off my most recent event, which is Southside Day. Um, Let me skip the networking and talk about unity.
I'm gonna ask you
Yep.
about some events. Sorry to interrupt you on that. All right, so about 4 years ago, at the start of this term, there was, I want to say it was at Banneker High School, there was an event that dealt with, there was some type of tragedy or some type of fight that occurred at Banneker High School, and you pulled together all the community organizers and all the people in the community, different elected officials. Can you talk about how that event has evolved and how it's helping students today?
That event, my wife and I attended that event, and we did, and I forgot what the issue was with the superintendent, but they really they put a governor on us that day. They didn't want us to, we didn't find out until we sat down in the seats that it was certain things we couldn't talk about and certain things we couldn't say. So we were, I was kind of very upset, and if you could see my face that day, it just took me out of my whole mode. But yes, I did do that. My wife and I, we did do that. We tried. We listened to the people that day. I'm glad we were able to make a small impact. They didn't really take some of the suggestions that we tried to do, and they rather had it on did it on their own. It was a different principal at that time, and he's not there anymore. So that's it on that.
Okay.
And I see a
All
question already.
right.
What experience working I have in the government? Um, I can't, Miss Tankara. Um, I don't have experience working in government, but I have been working with the council and the mayor and all of these people since um, we've become a city. So for those of you do not know, for those of you that don't know, I ran again 8 years ago, the first time I ran, and I ran against who's now the mayor, Khalid. I ran then and I lost that race, but I do know I was nowhere near prepared as I am right now. And I'm glad because I worked so hard. I built my resume since then, and I know I'm ready to take on this challenge. And I will say this, going back to my platform, I've heard someone say, "Well, events are not the council. It's a totally different job." Okay, but these same events, Khalid was smart about this. I'm gonna give him this. All of these events where I was bringing out these large amount of people, he made sure he was right there at each one of them. He created his call log, and every time he got out at these events, he put his phone number out there. He got on that mic and he did that, and then he became a household name off of just coming to my events. Him and I didn't know each other until he won that race. Also showing unity again because I have worked with him and he worked with me since then and going. And so that just shows how I know how to work with people and we all can bring what's best for the community at the same time. And then I'm gonna go
Did you?
back to Southside Day in a minute when you ask your question.
Okay. So the actually I'm gonna let you finish because I'm gonna switch topics for a minute.
Okay, so the last thing I was on was unity. I work well with others. My God's gift is bringing people together. Once I learned that I knew how to do that and I knew how to do it well, I've been going ever since. I've been doing this for 15, almost 20 years. And my most recent event was Southside Day. At my most recent Southside Day, which was the second annual, the city kind of pushed me back. I wasn't getting the support that I needed right here in this district. So, I was like, my wife and my friends was like, you don't have to just stay in Old National. You could take it other places. And we did that. And now it has grown to be even bigger. At this event, we also gave out 1,000 laptops for free to children from the South Side. The last year I did it at Old Nat Day, we gave out laptops. It was just 250 laptops that we gave out for free. Oh yeah, that was the same event that certain people in this council didn't support, but Stacey Abrams came knocking at my door, and she came to the last Old Nat Day, and she had so much fun. She called back again and asked me to put another event together in a week, and then I did that at Grown Folks with the Old National merchants, and we had all small business owners from the Old National corridor, and she met and came, and we did that as well. But back to Southside Day, this last event was so big because we moved it and we did it in East Point because it's bigger than just Old Nat now. It's Southside, the whole Southside. So us having that, we brought in 8 mayors from all over the Southside of Atlanta, and that was Jonesboro, that was Riverdale, that was College Park, that was East Point, that was Fairburn, that was Union City, and Palmetto. All those mayors came to this event. It's never happened before. This was the first time you ever seen all the mayors at once, as well as other council members from South Fulton and other areas, as well as state representatives. So when I say I'm going to bring unity to this council, that's what I'm going to bring. I'm going to show them how we can be better together than as one, and everybody just, want us to make their own look good. I'm going to make District 6 look good, but I'm going to make the city look good like I've been doing,
All right, thank you so much for that.
and I'm
So,
ready.
with you running for city council, this is generally you're generally going to be a policymaker. So, are there any specific policies that you see lacking in the city that you would like to bring forward?
Not as far policy wise, not I wouldn't say I have any issues with that right now. My issues are more with what I see going on in the community and that I don't like. So that's really why I'm here. The issues that I see at the park, the issues that I see other districts looking like they shop at Lenox Mall, but our district looks like we shop at the discount mall. We're getting the bare minimum, and I'm tired of us getting the bare minimum. We've been getting the bare minimum for 8 years now. Other districts have $7 million pool projects. Other districts getting new renovated parks. for millions and millions of dollars, but every time it comes to the Old National Corridor, it just gets swept up under the rug. And I'm starting to take it personal because we like nice things over here as well. We're one of the most popular, one of the biggest business attractions in the state of Georgia. Everybody knows the name Old National. So it's time for Old National to get back to that thriving Old National we used to be when we had a Sizzler, when we had a Red Lobster, when we had a Target. We shouldn't, our families around here shouldn't have to go to Camp Creek or Fed, to sit down and have a decent meal besides IHOP or Waffle House.
All right. I would like to, at this time, turn it over to Mike Dozier. Mike, you can unmute your mic.
Thank you, sir. How are you doing today?
How you,
This
how you
evening?
doing, Mr. Doe? It was nice to put a face with the name.
All right. How are you feeling about where you stand right now?
I'm going to be 100% transparent with you. I know this is a new line for me, but it doesn't take a politician to understand, to see what we need and what the people want. So I'm up for the challenge. I know that I'm the underdog. Some people look at me as hood. Some people think, oh, he just party. But no, I've showed that I'm way, way more than that. I'm a husband. I have been a head coach. I'm a grandfather. I'm a man of many hats. I'm an event planner. I'm a promoter. Most of these businesses on Old National are begging me to come promote their business. So this would just be another hat on my head. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm not afraid. I've already been hearing the talk, and I don't think they really want me in, but the community wants me in. The people have been asking me to take this seat for a long time now, but I decided to wait until I was ready, and right now I'm ready.
Okay. So one of the things that you said earlier was that people were commenting on your lack of experience in government. And you kind of built off of explaining how the events
I did.
are kind of the balance and the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Can you kind of
Okay.
explain a little bit more of the things that you want to learn to move to this next level so people can kind of get a feeling of where you're going with it?
When you think of Old National, when you think of community, you think of me. When I say I'm a public servant, you want somebody who knows the area. Like, for instance, the incident that happened at Old National Park where a young man was hurt and had to be airlifted. You know who the park called? They called me. They called me. That's why I was first on the scene. They didn't call the current council woman. They didn't call nobody else. I get these calls all the time. I have a business owner who is the first Black female-owned distillery in South Fulton, right off close nearby Fulton Industrial. It's called Neat Blends. She had been waiting to get her permit and her fire permit for months and months. She reached out to me. I have a relationship with the fire inspector, with the fire chief, with people that's already in council. She got her business inspected the next day. So these are the moves and type of things that I'm doing behind the scenes where people are counting on me and calling on me. So I might as well be the person who takes this seat because I know I'm gonna get these things done. They're calling me and they're asking me to do it anyway.
Okay. What are the first things that you want to try to do in building the bridge between your district and the city itself? Because one of the things that you said earlier is that there's a disconnect between the districts and the city as a whole. So what are the first?
I'm gonna bring a certain kind of excitement. I'm gonna bring a certain excitement to the polls. People are familiar with me. I'm gonna bring that. You know how a father needs to be in the home? You can tell it's not a father in the home. That's how I feel about what's going on right now in the council. So I'm gonna bring that backbone. I'm gonna bring that. Hey, hey, hey! I understand that it's always a way to talk things out, and in front of the public, at a city council meeting is definitely not the time to do it. I know how to pull people to the side. I know how to hear what this person is saying and hear what that person is saying, have a relationship with them both, and not take sides, but explain to both parties how the other parties feel. Sometimes you just got to know how to be that middle person to keep the peace. And they don't. I feel like they don't have that person that's going to be there to make people laugh, to joke, and explain, to be able to tell this person, hey, you were wrong right there. I'm a man, and I understand that's how you keep the peace in a household. And that's what I'm going to bring to the table. I have a relationship with almost 80% of that council. I've been there from the beginning. When those that had that seat for 8 years now, they all know me. I was there. And then let me say one more thing. It's not throwing a shot, but I feel like if the current councilwoman doesn't win this race right now, you'll probably never see her again. If I don't win this race, I'm going to still be out here doing the same thing that I've been doing. And I've been doing it since I lost 8 years ago. I was doing it before I ran 8 years ago. And I'm going to continue doing the same thing, which is making this city and this district proud and make them look good.
I can appreciate that. So we move to one of the things that kind of gets lost in translation is that no one really has real experience in being a council member. So at the end of the
Correct.
day, we can
Correct.
say, do you have experience in this and experience in that? It's whether or not you have the ability to learn. Given that, that's what one of the first things that you said.
The last thing you said, you broke up. You said whether or not you have what. I want to make sure I heard what you said clearly.
The experience to learn. And
yes.
I was saying that's one of the first things that you said.
Mm-hmm.
Where the council misses is while you're learning, you also have to bring the citizens along with you so that they learn too. How would you go about doing that?
Tomorrow's my birthday. I'm a Virgo, and one thing about a Virgo, we are perfectionists. I go hard at everything I do, and I have so many relationships and connections outside of just council. Like I know so many people. So I'm sure it's plenty of people that's on this chat right now who went into a job and they didn't know anything about the job. You had to get trained on the job, right? But I've been trained on plenty of jobs, but I was that guy who found out how can I get this job done easier? How can I be better at it, to the point where, okay, now you're so good at it, you're ready to go to that next level. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be so good at this job. I'm going to perfect it. I'm going to learn it, and I'm going to take it to the next level every time. Just like, because one thing you can't say about it, myself and everything that I've said so far, I have consistency. You can't take that away from me. I have about a 20-year record of being consistent, and I'm going to be consistent once I win this seat as well.
All right, I just wanted to interject for a moment. I just wanted to let the public know, if you have any questions that you would like to ask, please use the reaction button and raise your hand, and we will take you off of mute and acknowledge you to ask your question. Now, I wanted to just cover a little bit about some of the concerns that are happening within the city of South Fulton. So we heard on the last call there was a question that came up about access to public comments. Where are you with the access to public comments as far as the restrictions that have been placed on the public as far as making those public comments?
Rashad, I think you and I both have been on that side of the table. I hate to bring up old news, but I have to be transparent. I've been on that side where they were really talking about my event, and I had a problem with it, and they wouldn't let me speak. Like I wasn't able, because it wasn't on the agenda or whatever. So I had to sit there and watch the whole council discuss me and say and plant the seeds that they planted and said the things that were not true. And I had to sit there and take it to where the officers almost kicking me out of the city council. I had to get myself together because I was that frustrated. So for the voters, I understand. Like I said the other day, you think people people, they're so uneducated about so many things. And you think, okay, you watch on the news, you see people in there talking, and they see this on TV, so that's where they get it from. And they think they can just go to the council meeting that day and say what it is they want to say until they get there and they learn that it's not like that. So I'm in agreement. I like people to speak their mind, but I understand on the council people end, you don't want to be sitting up there and you're just trying to do your job and hear people cussing you out every day. And they don't really know really what's going on. So I understand both ends. So I understand the voters. I wish they could say what they want to say too. So maybe it needs to be some kind of platform where they can speak. So both parties can get it their way. But I understand both sides.
All right, so I just want to go back to a comment that you made. So a few years ago at the sanitation meeting that was held at the Southwest Art Center, the comment was made by one of our city officials about people being uneducated about recycling. And you kind of just said the same thing. So can you clarify what you mean about the people being uneducated?
I'm glad you asked that. Everybody doesn't know politics, and people like yourself or people who've been doing politics for a while, you can't assume people just know. So since I've been running, people will come up to me and say, "Man, you got my vote. I'm gonna vote for you. I can't wait to vote for you. I'm gonna vote for you." No, you can't vote for me if you don't live in my district. That's just one example of what I mean by uneducated voters when they just don't know. So I'm telling them, no, I'm running for city council. You have to live in my district to vote for me. But thank you. I appreciate your support. You can donate to my campaign, et cetera, et cetera. And it's a letdown on their behalf. So I'm losing a lot of voters right now because they don't live in District 6. But that's what I mean by I'm also educating my voters at the same time.
Thank you so much. And we have a question from the audience. Ms. Bentu
Okay.
Tunkana. Hopefully I pronounced that right.
Mhm.
You have the floor.
Can you hear me?
We hear
Yes,
you.
we can hear you. How you doing, ma'am?
I'm good. Thank you so much, Tori, for speaking today, and also to Councilwoman Natasha. My name is Bintu. I live in District 5, but I have a lot of family that live in District 6. I went to Bannock High School, class of 2018. Shortly after, I went to school and at Agnes Scott, where I studied political science, and now I work, but still live in South Fulton. Mr. Torrey, I heard you talk a lot about like the events and the connections you have, and I think all of that is very important,
Mhm.
especially as South Fulton is trying to grow. But like, if I'm understanding correctly, the role of a council person is to essentially like govern the city, manage budgets, holding each other accountable, um, and like lawmaking, so implementing a lot of policies and ordinances. And I heard you talk a little bit about like how there's differences in like the socioeconomic standards in like other districts versus old national. And so I'm just curious about like more, if you could speak more to the policies and ordinances that you want to kind of implement, because yes, we want to make, you know, our parts of town a little better. Like I grew up on Buffington Road, so I know what that looks like. I went to Banneker, so I know what that looks like. But a lot of these things, yes, they can be fixed by community organizations and events, but also the taxes that come back to our city, they help make a difference too. So like, how are you going to implement policies? Because the events and the connections can only go so far. So like, how are you going to um I guess set any policies or ordinances to make sure that um our area is like, how do you say it, like people are looking at it to want to invest more, so that we'll have more businesses and developers and other entities come on our prioritize our side of town. That's my question.
Okay. You asked a few questions, so I'm gonna answer it the best way I can. And I'm a Banneker alumni as well. Go Trojans. Um, I've been so focused on trying to win this race right now. To be honest, I haven't got to the ordinance part. But when I say I have a strong team behind me, I have people who also have political background and for years. That's my whole team. That's around me. I'm the person who can bring out the people who can get the votes. I'm the face, but I have a strong team around me, like trust and believe, and we're gonna get this done together. I'm not coming here saying that I have all the answers. I'm not coming here saying that I'm gonna fix things overnight. I'm coming here saying that I'm a fast learner. I have a strong team, and I have enough common sense to put people in place to get the job done. I have relationships all over. When I say and great relationships, and I have people who are not going to let me fail, as well as myself.
Thank you for that.
I hope
We have
I
a
answered the
question.
question.
Miss Tunkara, did your question get answered to your satisfaction, or did you need a little more clarity on it?
I think that's fine for now. Thank you.
Okay. Now, we have a question from the audience. If you win, who will you bring in with you to ensure your transition into office as well as your growth in office is successful?
Who will I bring?
Yes. I guess it's like a transition team type question.
No, I have my own team. Just like I have a team when I do these events, I have people that's behind the scenes with me already. It's no specific person that's already working in government that's coming along with me. You know, I'm my own person, and it's gonna be a fresh start and some fresh new faces. This is
So with
me
the,
and me.
so with this team, would this be like your I forgot what they call it now, but I think it's called a legislative aide or a legislative assistant. What would this team compromise? Would they be employees of the city? How would that work?
Only thing I'm working on right now would be an assistant because I'm one of those hand-on people. I try to do everything myself, and my wife gets on me all the time. You can't do everything by yourself, but I have a strong, very, very strong assistant who is gonna be making some moves with me, but no one that you guys know at all.
So would
I
this
think
person?
people. Well,
I guess the question I'm asking is, would this person be an employee of the city, or would this be someone outside of the city?
definitely someone outside of the city. Like
Okay. No, what I'm asking is,
I just told you people we need a
would
fresh
this?
start. I'm not coming in with the same recipe
All right.
with the same old people.
The question I'm trying to ask is, would I know you said you're gonna bring this person, but would this person be employed by the city after you are elected, or would they be someone that you keep outside of the city?
One, I have a team. I believe the um assistants are employed by the city of South Fulton. Is that correct? And that's about it.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. Now we have a question from the audience. Ms. Jewel Johnson, please unmute yourself. You have the floor. Ms. Jewel Johnson, please unmute yourself. You have the floor. You're still muted, Ms. Johnson.
Okay. Can you
Thank
hear
you.
me now?
I hear you. You have the floor.
Okay. First of all, I'd like to say that I appreciate the fact that you were man enough to come back and run again. And the next thing I appreciate before I ask my question is the fact that you've already said no matter whether you win or not, that you will stay in it. And that's you should commend it because we need people to keep
Correct.
all of us on our toes. You want to know the truth. Should you win, can you tell us the full order in which you plan to take District 3 and work with all the other council people and the mayor?
You broke up a little bit. I heard you say something about District 3. Are you asking me how do I plan on working with all districts as one?
Yes, and I'd like to know, what is your vision for helping District 6? Being that District 6 is one of our areas where there is um, a lack of things that people really need. I'm trying to break it down real clear to you.
Gotcha.
There are a lot of indigent people in that area.
Okay. I had that answer. I spoke about unifying, bringing us all together early. I don't know if you were in here, but that's my God-given talent, is bringing people together. Like for instance, I heard people are tired of having so many different Easter egg hunts. I've watched people try to do what I do. They just can't do it. You can't throw the events and bring out the magnitude of the people that I do. So with me being able to be that person, it will be able to take, so okay, let's have the egg hunt, my egg hunt in this district this year. Next year, let's have it in District 3. Next year, let's have it in District 4. And let me be the force behind it to push it. That way, we're bringing the whole city out to each district, and they're able to see what each district has to offer. So something just that simple is what I would bring to the table in that area. If you have another question, I'm
there's
ready.
nothing wrong with that, but we have
Mhm.
so many. I'm trying to make it real simple for you. We have so many needs in District 6. We have food
Did you say
needs.
3 or 6?
I
In
said we
District
have
6?
so many needs in 6. You are
Okay.
right.
You're right.
And the only reason I'm asking is because I'm passionate about what I do. And I have never ran for a position and went back in the house. And that's the only reason I'm talking to you now, because I was impressed by what you said. And I would
Okay.
just want you to elaborate on how you would work with the other council people and mayor to
Mhm.
bring together and fix some of the issues that we have. That's all. You
Okay.
take two up. You got done one, which is events. Okay.
Okay, Miss
So get me
Johnson.
on the
Well,
events.
I've already been doing it. Like, this is years of work. I've already worked with Kiosha, and we went over there and picked up trash and tried to help her. I've already worked with Helen Willis and at her senior all white party, and her coffee with the seniors. I all of them, from Mark Baker. Mark Baker and we have done work together. Like, I have relationships with them all, and they're all still standing strong, to be honest with you. So I'm gonna I'm gonna be, everybody loves a success story. I'm the people's champ when it comes to District 6. So people are rooting for me. They are cheering for me. They are gonna be happy to see someone that they know that has been out here doing the work, somebody that they know that they can trust, somebody that has been consistent for a long time. And these people are going to support me on a level that they wouldn't support a stranger or somebody that they I was at the park the other day dealing with the issue with the kid, and they don't even know who their city council woman is. They saying she's never even been up there. I'm at all of these places. I am so reachable, and I'm on Old National. I'm in this district every day. So I'm not
Well,
hard to find at all. And I'm
let
gonna
me
be the
say
person to
this.
bridge that gap.
I understand your passion about where you are and what you can do with other people. But remember, once you become a city council person, you not
Okay.
only represent a district, you represent the whole city. That's the reason I was asking you these questions, because
Yes,
if
ma'am.
I'm elected, I want you to be able to work with me.
So Miss Johnson, I can't wait to work with you. But Miss Johnson, I've already been doing that, and I say that proudly. And anybody in the city, not just District 6, can tell you that. I can't wait to work with you.
But thank you so much
Well,
for the
I
But
haven't
you're
answer.
running
worked
for,
with you yet,
but you,
so I'm excited.
well,
Right.
thank you. I'm excited as well.
Ms. Johnson, thank you for that question. There's questions from the audience that I need to get to. So the first question is, what is your economic plan for the Old National Corridor as far as development and attracting new business that will create more jobs? There's a two-part question, so I'm gonna ask that question first, and then we'll get to the second part.
I was reading one of the comments. I'm sorry. Can you repeat that one more time?
All right. What is your economic plan for the Old National Corridor as far as development and attracting new businesses that will create more jobs?
The great part about me is I already have these relationships with small businesses. All of my events, I have small vendors at. I have relationships with small vendors here. Once they see that I'm in this seat, they're going to see opportunity. People are going to be knocking at their door when they know that I'm in place. So yes, I can't wait for most of these people that I've been working with to get these permit processes going quicker once I get in there. A lot of that is we're going to have to lower the crime first to attract businesses, to make some of these businesses want to come back here. But yes, I'm definitely going to use my platform. Like I said earlier, I hear what the people want. I want the same thing they want because I have the same frustrations. I want better restaurants. I want better businesses here as well. And I'm willing to find the team, and I'm ready to work together to see how we can get that done. Like I said, and I'm going to say it again, I did not come here as a politician. I came here as a man of the people, and I know that I can do the job. So it takes a village. So let's and my slogan is, let's fix District 6 together. Okay? That's my slogan. Vote for Torrey Tomlinson. Let's fix District 6 together.
Thank you so much.
I want to also add, there's no way that you can make everyone happy and you can satisfy everybody. But in the business I'm in, I know how to make the majority happy. And that's what I'm going to do.
Thank you so much. Now, the second part to this question is, will you be able to work with the City of College Park to create a unified, comprehensive plan?
Will I be able to work with the City of College Park?
To create a unified, comprehensive plan.
Yes. I was just dancing with the mayor and the City of College Park and the City of Riverdale. They're all begging me to bring Southside Day to next year to their city. So it wasn't just a lot of dancing and fun and kicking it. It was networking. It was shaking hands. It was trying to see how can we all be on one accord as the South Side, not just the City of South Fulton. See, I'm not the politician who just, I'm not going to talk to them. They're College Park or they're East Point. No, I have relationships with Latonya Rogers over at East Point and the mayor over at East Point, as well as all of these other cities. So I'm not just party man to these people who keep saying that these events are not enough. I'm way more than that. I'm just highlighting to you guys how I got here and the networking and how committed I am to this Old National Corridor. Nobody's doing what I'm doing right now. And I just ask that you all come help me and give me your suggestions and let's improve it together.
All right, now, have you had any conversation, and this is just or piggyback off of this question, have you had any conversations with any officials from City of College Park so that there's some type of I'm trying to think of the right word, some type of unified comprehensive plan with College Park that will benefit residents of South Fulton?
I'm not going to sit here and say that I have talked to someone at the City of College Park about a comprehensive plan. No, I haven't. But whoever asked that question, I'm open to suggestions. I'm definitely open to building, unifying with the City of College Park. That's out there right up the street. They're our neighbor. Hey, we used to be College Park. I rep College Park just like I do South Fulton. So you can email me at votefortorrey@gmail.com. Vote for FOR Torrey@gmail.com, and we can move on with that conversation. I'm definitely open to your suggestions, and we can put it in place.
All right, thank you so much. Now we have two questions. I'm going to take the first question from Pamela Harvey, and then we're going to get to Miss Audette Player. Miss Harvey, you have the floor. Please unmute your mic. Ms. Harvey.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Mr. Tomlinson, can you name me the 5 biggest problems that District 6 has?
Woo! Miss Harvey, I'm a fan of yours. I see your comments all the time on the page, and you are one passionate person when it comes to this city, and it's nice to finally meet you. That threw me off. The problems, I have a list of problems, Miss Harvey. I have a problem with Old National being put on the back end. I have a problem with there have been no lights at Old National Park for 3 years. And I'm not saying 3 months. I'm not saying 3 weeks. I'm not saying 3 days. I'm saying 3 years. That's a problem because we asked the community for better programs. We asked the community for things for our youth. And here it is. Our youth are being put on the back burner right now. So right now, that's a major problem to me. We have money for Africa. We have money for everything else, but we don't have money for lights at this park right now. Daylight savings time will be here in a couple of weeks. Practice doesn't start until 6 o'clock. So how are our kids supposed to practice? What are we doing about our programs at Old National Park? It's not just Krill Park, it's Old National Park as well in this district. We have no sit-down restaurants. We have people that's trying to get business license and permits, and it's taking forever. I am one of the people who used to try to get my permits to have events in the city of South Fulton, and I didn't get it until the last day of the event. So I have people that call there all the time. Their emails are not getting answered. Things are not moving in an orderly fashion. So those are the few things that I just have a chip on my shoulder with right now that I wouldn't mind changing. And if you have any, I'm open to any yours too, and I can write them down and add them to this list of mine as well.
Well, let me just say this. Now, you made a statement about Old National back in the day. I remember Old National back in the day when they had nice restaurants like Steak and Ale. They had the movie theater. They had a store called Drug Emporium. They had what was that store over there? Some kind of department store over there, Richway, I think it was called. And they have torn down the building, and then it got bad. Why did it get bad? I'll tell you why it got bad. Because the wrong element moved in from Atlanta when Atlanta was trying to dump their
the Olympics, around the Olympics.
The crime people.
That's correct. I agree.
People who commit crimes to the South Side. That is the reason why it went bad. Because I remember when, for those of us who are old enough to remember that, I remember when Old National, and as a kid, I used to shop over there a lot. And it was a very nice place. But now it's a pit. And then you have this problem with Camelot, and which is District 5, but it's right by there. But my question is to you. Now, I know we can go all day about the crime problem and everything like that. But and then they're going to ask you what you're going to do about it. But this is what you do about it. You remove it permanently. Okay? You make it usually when the north side of Atlanta want to remove certain people, they just raise the property taxes and raise the rents and the cost of doing business. The same, and that happened also in the 4th Ward on Boulevard. Okay, that place wasn't nothing but a crime area full of prostitutes and drug dealers. And then when rich white folks came over there, they completely turned it around and threw all of them out of there. And now you got $400,000 and $500,000 condos and $5 bagel shops. Is probably up to $10 now. $10 and the real estate is up is very high. So this is what you have to do in order to get rid of the wrong element. Now, I don't know if you, as a council person, you're willing to work on that, because exactly, I don't know the exact demographic of District 6, but that's something we're gonna have to think
I
about. Thank
thank
you.
you. I thank you for that, Ms. Harvey.
Okay.
All right. Now, the next question comes from Miss Audette Player. I have unmuted you. I'm sorry. If you can unmute yourself, you have the floor.
Yeah, I think I'm unmuted. Can you hear me okay?
I hear you.
We
Well,
can hear you
I
now. How
just
you
would
doing,
like
Miss
to.
Player?
Hi, how are you, Tori?
I'm fine.
Okay, well, I just would like to say, as a former resident of
I'm
District
sorry.
6, and
I'm sorry. I
I,
have to interrupt you. There's some feedback going on. So can someone mute their mic? All right, Miss Player.
can you hear me okay?
Yeah, let's try it.
Yeah, I hear a little feedback too, but I'm gonna try to talk slower. So I guess I'm not sure, but
You're
as a
good
former
now. We can hear you good.
Oh, okay, perfect. As a former resident of District 6, and I still own property in District 6, and my parents, who were senior citizens, live in District 6. So I just first, before I even ask any questions, I would like to acknowledge that what I know about Tory is that he doesn't just throw events. When you ask questions like, what is he going to do about the neediness, the people that are hungry, the people that are cold, the people who are displaced? When you ask what he's going to do about stuff like that, when he says he's been doing it, as a former resident, I've known for years him doing coat drives out of his own pocket. And I've known him personally to do turkey drives in the middle of grown folks' parking lot. And I know he's done this for years at a time, collect school supplies for kids out of his own pocket. And he may rally around with people that he knows to get donations. I believe that's how they would do it, because they would be so massive. These drives would be so massive, and these kids would be so happy they get these school supplies. And it would literally be people out there getting coats, and it would be lines and lines of people getting turkeys just in time for Thanksgiving, when they didn't know what they were going to do to be able to eat. That's what he did right on O National. So I know that's why my parents are going to vote. And my second part question is, I just want to know if, when you become city councilman, because you have a lot of people who support what you're doing, are you going to be able to still move in that same authority in the way that you did before with these coat drives? Because this is why the people love you, because you've helped so many families, you've helped so many children, you've helped so many hungry people right on Old National in District 6, crossing over through District 5. And so that's
Thank you.
another thing I want to highlight when you talk about coming together. That's 6 and 5 right there at the grown folks. And people coming from all over and getting fed. I mean, you've done tremendous work for this community. And even though I no longer personally live in District 6, I own property there, and my parents, who are senior citizens, are there. So I feel safe with my parents there, with you being councilman. I know you literally look after the heart of people. You look after their needs, as far as their children goes, as far as them being able to go outside with a jacket on their backs. And I think those things count. And I think everybody should take that into consideration. And yeah, you are for the people, and you have the people that are supporting you. So that's my question and my statement all together.
Thank you very much, Ms. Player. And I have one small thing I want to say to that. Imagine how much more we can do once I get this position, because I did all of that with myself and just
Mhm.
to help up the community. Imagine how much more we're going to be able to do once I become city councilor and we have the city of South Fulton behind us. So this is going to be awesome. So thank you for saying that. And that's
Yeah.
why I'm here, for those who do not understand.
Yeah, we're
Wow.
looking forward to it. We are looking forward to it. You have a lot of people who are supporting you, and we're looking forward to it. So congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right. We have a question from the audience, and Ms. Player, thank you for your contribution. We appreciate it. What is your stance on more green space and making District 6 more walkable?
More green space. It goes back to that. You can't please everybody, but on one hand, we have people asking for better sidewalks on Old National. Now we have this person asking for more green space. Of course, yes, I want to keep the earth green. I'm all for it. And walking space, I have been on a diet for 2 months right now. So yes, I'm all for let's save the earth. And with your help and your ideas, I want to make South Fulton definitely beautiful and look good as well. So if you would please, let's help each other and let's fix District 6 together. Please email me your ideas at votefortory@gmail.com. Votefortory@gmail.com. I haven't won this race yet. So if you feel like that's something that's needed, I'm definitely open to your suggestions. And that's something that I can promote as I go on this run for these next couple of weeks.
All right, thank you for that. Now, turn it over to Mr. Dozier.
Say that again, Mr. Snellings.
No, I was turning it over to Mr. Dozier.
Hey, just turn it over to me. Just flipping it to me real quick. So a lot of the questions that have been asked, all great answers. And a lot of times I think the translation gets lost in trying to help the folks understand where you want to go versus us helping you. We're supposed to help you, but we also want to hear like what's first on your list to make improvements to your district.
Like I've told everybody, I'm all about the youth first and the programs at Creel Park and Old National Park. That's my personal fix that I want. I'm here as a voice of the people, so I haven't started knocking on doors yet. My team and we're getting ready, and when we go hit these doors, our first two questions is, how can we make the seniors happier, and how can we get better parks programs at our parks and rec? Old National was a thriving park. If you're from Old National, you would know at one time Old National was that it park. Now we have people taking their kids way across town to play for other teams, spending money at their parks and program versus coming up the street into their own district. Why they're not coming there? They don't have a concession stand up there. They don't have any lights up there. So why should they come up there? You know, people are taking their kids over to Welcome Mall Park. I was a coach at Old National Park. I saw when we were losing kids to Welcome Mall Park. So that's my personal opinion, but that's the purpose of us going to knock on these doors to hear what the people want. Like I said, I'm not coming in here to be this super politician. I'm coming in here so my voters in my district and my residents and the taxpayers can be heard. Because right now they don't have a voice for them, and I'm going to be that voice for them.
Okay, definitely can appreciate that.
And if I'm wrong for that, you guys, I am so sorry. But it's like people ask for men to step up and they ask for people to be involved. Well, I have over a 20-year track record of doing just that. So now I want to do it where it counts. I've been doing it by myself for years. So now it's time to do it on a bigger platform where I can really, really make a bigger impact than the impact that I've already been making.
Okay, I believe you can. You have the passion, you have the drive for it. And like I said, now all it is just to add that education to it, and then you all set to start this running. So with that being said, has there been anything that you've looked at so far that you feel like you can improve to move forward?
Yes, I'm not gonna worry about the people that don't like the events. I'm gonna keep going back to that because a boss has a title, a leader has the people. I'm a born leader. I have the people. Everybody on that council know I have the people. It's hands down. So imagine the platform of me getting educated and finding out what's really going out here once I get in this seat, and not being that platform, letting the people know full transparency what's going on, because they already depend on me for that information anyway. So just imagine how much of the impact I'm gonna make once I get this seat. And it's no shade to anybody, but we are tired of the frustration on the fighting. Everybody's tired of that as a whole. And I want to ask my voters, if the Falcons, if a head coach if the Falcons had 4 losing seasons, what would happen to the head coach?
Understand? I'd
If the
fire.
if the Falcons had 4 losing seasons, and now at the end of the 4th season they won 2 or 3 games, what would happen to the coach?
Get fired.
Correct. It's time to start over, and it's time to try something new. And I'm that something new. I'm that fresh face. I've been fighting for Old National, and I'm ready to fight for the city of South Fulton. Like, nobody's gonna do that better than me. And there's no shade at anyone, but I'm creative. I come up with new ideas. Every event that I have is unique. So I'm gonna bring a uniqueness. I'm gonna bring a style to being a city council that they just not gonna be ready for. I really am the people's champ, and there's no doubt about it.
Okay, one of the
Yes,
questions.
running a city is more than sponsoring events. Yes, and you're correct, but I don't do anything alone. I have a team to the people. I have a strong team behind me, and there's some of you guys that haven't seen the impact that I've had and the things and the events that I've done, because if they've seen that, they will understand. I don't do these things alone. I have a great strong team behind me. I have the whole community behind me. So yes, also I have relationships with these people on the council who gonna help me along the way as well. So it's not I'm going into this blind. I'm doing my homework every day, you guys. And like I say, a couple of you have had a new job before, and you learned it and you got great at it. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to be the best city councilman District 6 ever had.
So I'm gonna give you a little bit of help here with this one. The one thing that folks don't understand about sponsoring events is because to them, they don't see the before. They only see the actual day. To them, the whole thing is 5 hours.
Correct.
I'm a person
Yeah.
in the music business myself. So
Correct.
I understand that there's a big difference between the time you start that planning for an event to the time where you're actually in the middle of working that event, and then all the
Yeah.
things in between where you have to put out fires and they don't see any of the falls.
Any of
So
it. The budget for the event, the putting people in place, the whole deal. I'm not talking about a backyard party, you guys. Like, I have the biggest events in the city. And what we just had at Southside there in East Point was over 5,000 people, and Wolf Creek seats 5,000 people. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Like, it's bigger than that. So thank you for that assistance right there.
so kind of that's where I want to kind of pull you toward making sure that you make that distinction so that people asking the question
Okay.
understand better how
Correct.
that equates
You're right.
to
You're right.
where you're
You're
moving
right.
toward.
Thank you for that one. Thank you for that. You're
So
right.
one of the questions that was asked was, overall, what are your weaknesses? We've heard your strengths and we appreciate that. But as I believe the gentleman asked, where can you improve to lead the district into a better direction?
You broke up a little bit. You asked where was my weaknesses and what happened after that.
And basically, what are your weaknesses and what can you improve to lead the district in a better direction?
My weakness right now is I'm a human being. I'm myself. I'm not a polished politician. These people, well, these voters, they're listening to these polished politicians, and they they're misleading you. You know, it's like you go to buy this car and this guy comes out and he has this shiny suit on and he shows you this car and the car is nice and he's smiling and he's good looking, or she's smiling and she's good looking and she's telling you you can get this car, and then you get this car and you 2 weeks later you found out that okay, they sold you a lemon. You know, and not only did they sell you a lemon, they sold you a lemon with some high interest rates and you're stuck with it. So I'm asking my voters, let's not purchase another lemon. Let's come right with me. I'm gonna wake up every day and I'm gonna start and I'm gonna crank up and I'm gonna take us to where we need to be.
Yes, sir.
All right, now one of the events that you had in the past, there was some controversy with that event. It was the Easter egg hunt. Since that Easter egg, since we all had that issue with the Easter egg hunt, and you've done other events in the city of South Fulton, has the process gotten better for you? And if it has not, what ideas do you have to improve it?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question because I haven't had an event in District 6 since that Easter egg hunt issue. And I know y'all said the rules, you said we're not supposed to throw shade, but I dropped tears. My wife and I dropped tears behind that. We had 20,000 eggs. Like we had the whole city prepared to come out. The children in District 6 were anticipating that event. Only thing I ask from the council when I throw these events, I ask them for a stage or I just ask them to sponsor it. I do everything else. For whatever reason, the current councilwoman never supported the egg hunt. I don't know if she don't like kids. I don't know if she don't like eggs. I don't know what it is, but she would never support the egg hunt. The egg hunt that was happening 6 years before she became a councilwoman. So the only thing she had to do was support it. And I make her look good. We take our photo out, and here we go. Everybody's happy at the end of the day. For the other reason, she never supported it for 2 years. So since then, when Keosha Bell got in office, you know, she worked with me. I had to take my Easter egg hunt over to District 5 at Burdette Park. But that goes back to that unity, and I'm willing to work with people. For those of you who had asked that, I work with her and the city of South Fulton and the other nonprofits, and we do it over at Burdette every year. I haven't had Old Nat Day since the Easter egg hunt. I haven't had any major events in the city of South Fulton since then. But God is good because after leaving the city of South Fulton and taking my events bigger in other places, I'm able to build my relationships with other officials in other cities. My sponsorships have gotten a lot bigger. The platform has gotten a lot bigger. We're giving away 1,000 laptops away over here when we started giving away laptops at Old National Park. But now we're giving them away in other places. But so, you know, we're still winning. We're still doing the same thing. We're still fighting the fight. But I can't wait to get this seat and come back home to Career Park and Old National again.
Thank you so much for that. Now we have a question from the audience. Mr. Bazemore, if you can unmute your mic, you have the floor. Mr. Bazemore, if you can unmute your mic, you have the floor. I hear you.
Can you hear me?
I do.
We can hear you.
Okay.
Mr. Bazemore.
Hey, good day, Mr. Thomason. This is Chris Bazemore with Transforming Youth. I had the privilege to work with Torrey on a couple of projects, Toys for Tots. I get toys. I have a nonprofit, and I had the privilege to work with Torrey a couple of years as it pertains to doing toys. And I had just the privilege and the honor to just see how people gravitate towards him as it pertains to his heart and how he gives. And to all the people that's on the line, I have a 7-year-old and a 9-year-old, and I'm married. And just to see how people gravitate towards him, the young people, and that means a lot because when you're out here doing the work with these children, between the ages between 6 that I kind of focus on between 6 to like 15, like they really look up to him. And we need people such as him that can be out front. Like when you ride through the city of South Fulton, the names that you see on the street signs are names like Cam Newton, which are sports entertainers and things like that. So they know the young people gravitate towards that. And I think with Tory being in office, it would allow the young people to gravitate towards him, in which he can do these events. And I don't like, I know we talked about the events that he does, but you ought to see the amount of people that be in a line and the type of people that are in line that a lot of people kind of like try to throw to the side. But when you're around this population, this is the population that would be your teachers, lawyers, doctors, or even the prison populations. So I think it's best to have people like that's young. People say we need to have men in the school systems, but we need men that can stand up and that can be one other thing. It was about 3 or 4. It was about 5 years ago. There was this young man that had got killed. And I don't know the name, Tori, but it was a big funeral, and he worked at Chick-fil-A, and that was powerful. When I went there, I'm like, man, this is. I cried to be in there. But to sum it up, Tori, I think that you the man for the job. Number one. Number two, I like the way you deal with the youth. Number three, I like the events that you do because it could be a very big economic boost. You have the entertainers, you have the community, you have the politicians. So with that being said, I'm with you. I'm gonna bring everybody I can and just want to say thank you.
Thank you, brother. I really appreciate that a lot, man. Let's fix these receipts together.
All right, I don't see any additional questions from the audience.
I
Well, I heard somebody.
I wanted to just make a quick comment and touch back on what Chris said. My I wanted to chime in, and I've been listening all night, and I wanted to let you guys know that Tory has been serving our communities for so many years. And I want to piggyback on like one of the first events that we did together, where he brung Stacey Abrams to the Old National Corridor, which had never been done before. And I don't know if he remembers that he also had a business Old National Business Roundtable with Stacey Abrams, and we had over 300 people in attendance, and we had several businesses on Old National talking about how to do business with the state of Georgia. So I'm just saying, making impact, bringing our people together, whether it's in business, whether it's community, whether it's the youth. You have to be able to be willing to sit everybody that's involved at the table. And that's what Tory wants to do. He wants us all to win. He wants everybody to come to the table. So I just wanted to chime in to let the audience know that not only is he's reaching the youth and our communities, he's reaching people in different cities, like the mayors of the different cities. There was 8 mayors there at that event. And then the governor, that the person that wanted to be governor at the time. So my thing is, if we have the right people in leadership that are listening to the constituents and the taxpayers, then it's a win for everybody, because like he said, he can't do this by himself. We have to all come together and help our leaders be a part be a part and get these things done in our cities, because we're a growing city. Our budget is almost at 430 million right in October the 1st. So my thing is, I'm really excited that he has that he wants to take the baton and take District 6 to the next level and fix District 6 and items that we've been waiting to get done for over 4 years or more. So I'm just excited. I'm just excited. And I'm just want to say thank you for showing up and taking
Thank
this
you.
charge, Tor.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Let's fix District 6 together.
All right, now we have 10 minutes left, so I wanted to give you an opportunity to make some closing remarks about your campaign, what you hope to do for District 6, and and just as important, what you plan on doing for the city of South Fulton.
You broke up, but I think I got most of it. My vision, you guys, is to be the voice of the people. I'm going to be transparent. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to work hard as I can for you. This seat is for me. Like I said, everybody loves a success story. This is going to be the kid that they knew that went to McNair and Banneker that they seen grow in this community, and they've seen my growth throughout all of these years, and this is just going to bring the excitement that the community needs. I'm going to bring the people, the large crowd that needs, so we won't be having empty $150,000 events with nobody there. So we won't be having city halls with nobody, city hall meetings with nobody there. I'm going to bring the people, and I'm going to represent the district the best as I can. Like I say, transparency is what you're going to get from me. I'm not going to change. I'm going to be a man of people, just like I've been doing. Hello. And for those who slightly are doubting me with the it's more than events and the budgets and all that, please email me. Let's talk about it. I love to learn. I'm not afraid to say I'm a student of the game. I'm not. And I'm open to all suggestions. Please email me at votefortorrey@gmail.com. That's votefortorrey@gmail.com. My website is votefortorrey.com. And yes, we are taking donations. All of these people that are raising all of this money, but at the end of the day, I know it takes money to run a campaign. Yes, it does. But when you have the people are going to show up and they're going to show out. And I need you guys to vote for Torrey on November 4th. And we're accepting volunteers. We're going to be door knocking. And like I said again, I repeat, I am open to all of your suggestions. I am ready to learn. I am ready to fight for you for District 6. Please check out my website at votefortorrey.com. Thank you, Rashad Snellings, for giving us this platform. Also, and Mike Dozier, thank you. You will be hearing from me again. Ron Boots, thank you as well. I also would like these platforms they've been having lately, these forums. They're having these forums on Campbellton Road. They're having them on the other side of town. I'm all for it. I've been going, but nobody's there. Their platforms aren't as big as mine. Nobody's really watching it. So I'm ready I want someone to stand up and let's have a forum right here in District 6, right here where it matters, where when people get off work, they don't have to go on the other side of town. They can pull up right here where it's convenient. I'm ready to talk to the people. So if the other candidates are ready, I'm ready as well. Let's do it on my home court, or should I say our home court, but it's really my home court. And I just thank you guys. And that's all I have for you tonight. My birthday's tomorrow. Y'all can definitely send me $6 for District 6. And let's take this thing in November 4th.
Thank you so much. I do know that there are residents who are trying to plan an event in District 6. So just be on the lookout for that.
Okay.
It'll probably be a collaboration with District 5 as well. So I do know that that's in the works. So hopefully we hear more about that.
In my District 6, man. We'll love to have you. We'll love to have you over here, brother.
Okay. I'll try to come out there. Now, yeah, thank you so much for that. And before we wrap this up, we will be hosting tomorrow we will be having another one of these events with Miss Freeman. She's a candidate for District 6 as well. So it will be at 7 o'clock, and check our social medias for the Zoom links and flyers for that as well. Mr. Tomlinson, thank you so much, and look forward to seeing the great things that you do moving forward.
One more thing. One more thing.
Yes.
To all of the people who logged in tonight and said something positive about me or left a comment or just tuned in to the Zoom for a few minutes, I thank you very much. I really, really appreciate it, and I can't wait to see you guys soon. That's it. I just wanted to give them a special shout out and thank you.
And Torrey,
All right.
you're very impressive. And if I was in District 6, you'd have my vote.
Thank you, brother. I really appreciate it. You just made my night, man, because I'm coming off a bad form, but my people told me don't say that. But I wasn't proud of myself because I was so nervous. This platform, Rashad, I really like this. I was able to be comfortable. I was able to be myself. It wasn't lights, camera, and everybody staring at me. Because like I keep saying, I'm not that polished politician who just going to come out and lie to you guys. I'm going to come out and just be ready to give you nothing but the truth. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. Thank you guys again. And I really appreciate it. Let's fix District 6 together.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good night, y'all. All right, Mike. Appreciate you, brother.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.